This is how you calibrate a continuous rotation servo, and then I'll show you how to adjust the speed as well. So we're using an adventure bot here, and we have the continuous rotation servos plugged into port 0 and port 1. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, one of these little tiny jeweler screwdrivers, because if you look in the back under one of these digital continuous rotation servos, you'll see they've got these little holes in here, and what's inside there is actually a little potentiometer. You can kind of see it when I get in that angle there. That's going to adjust the stop position of these servos. So first thing we're going to do in Easy Builder is connect to your robot, of course, and then go to your Add Servo and select the Continuous Rotation Servo movement panel. And here we're going to configure this movement panel, and we're going to specify our servos, D0 and D1. Okay, now for this next test, you're going to have to put your robot upside down because the wheels will start spinning. Now what we want to do is we want to select your stop value and move it to 90 on both of these servos, and hit test on both of them. And hit use as well. There we go. So you can see they're spinning. Now what we want to do is we want to stick your screwdriver inside, and we want to adjust it, the screw, until the wheel stops spinning. Okay, so I managed to get one done, and now I'm just doing the other one. Now don't push very hard in here, otherwise you'll bend the potentiometer. So I'm just turning this ever so slightly. There. So now what we've done is we've told these two servos that the value 90, which is being configured from the software, is the stop position. Now, we're not going to actually use that value to stop. We're just going to use that to set up the 0 point. So we can uncheck that value now. Now, if we were to flip this guy back upside down, you're going to see by pushing test on the forward here that servo goes full speed. Now if I change this value, the closer to 90 I adjust it to, we'll adjust it to say 95. You'll see it starts moving really slow. Now let's move this to 100, and I'll push test right there. You see how it's sped up? So the farther away from 90, the faster it's going to be. So if I do the same for this reverse now, I want to be less than 90, because 90 is the stop point. So if I were to make this 80, then it hits test, it's turning the other way. So I could flick back and forth in two different directions. And we could do that with the other servo. So the forward value of this servo, we want it to be 80. And we want the reverse value to be 100, right? Because we're configuring the other servo, so it's a reverse in speeds. And hit stop. So now, when I use the arrow keys here, I can control the robot at a much slower speed. And even there'll be quite a bit of torque too. Even you can climb over stuff here. Drive into this guy, inverted pendulum guy. There you go.